Think about the worst heartbreak of your life. The person who left, the voice you stopped hearing, the empty side of the bed, the chair nobody sits in anymore. It felt like something inside you physically tore, like you'd been hit in the chest. And somewhere, quietly, you probably thought the same thing all of us think. Why am I like this? Why can't I just get over it? Here's the truth. You are not broken. For 99.9% of human history, losing someone you loved wasn't just sad. It was one of the most dangerous things that could happen to you. And the reason your heartbreak hurts this much, the reason it feels like a wound, is the same reason your ancestors survived at all. Let me show you what that pain actually is, and what the people who came before you did with it. We treat heartbreak like a personal flaw, a weakness, something to hide, medicate, scroll past, or move on from in 2 weeks. But heartbreak is not a modern melodrama. It's one of the oldest pieces of software running inside you. For over 300,000 years, every single one of your ancestors lived and died inside a tiny group of people. No cities, no strangers, no way to start over somewhere new. Just a handful of faces that were, quite literally, your entire world. And in that world, the bond between two people wasn't romance. It was infrastructure. It was who shared food with you, who watched your children, who stood between you and the dark. So when a bond broke, when someone died or left or was taken, your brain didn't treat it as an inconvenience. It treated it as an emergency. That emergency system never went away. You're feeling it right now. So let's start where the pain actually lives. Not in the heart, in the brain. In 2003, a neuroscientist named Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA ran a now famous experiment. She put people inside a brain scanner and had them play a simple online game of catch with two other players. What the volunteers didn't know was that the other two players were fake. Halfway through, the game was rigged, so they got frozen out. The ball just stopped coming to them. They sat there, excluded, watching two strangers play without them. A trivial thing, a digital game. And yet, when Eisenberger looked at their brains, she found something that changed psychology. The rejection lit up a region called the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the exact same region that activates when your body is in physical pain. Read that again. Social pain and a broken bone register in the brain in the same place. To your nervous system, being left and being injured are nearly the same event. It gets stranger. In 2010, a team led by Nathan DeWall tested whether a regular painkiller could dull a broken heart. They gave people acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, every day for 3 weeks. And the people taking the painkiller reported measurably fewer hurt feelings than the people taking a sugar pill. A pill for sore muscles quietly numbs rejection. Because your body never built a separate system for emotional pain. It just routed heartbreak through the one it already had. And it doesn't stop at the brain. There's a real documented condition cardiologists call broken heart syndrome. Its medical name is Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Under extreme grief, the death of a spouse, a sudden loss, the heart muscle can physically weaken and balloon out of shape, mimicking a heart attack in someone with perfectly clean arteries. The expression isn't a metaphor. Grief can reach into your chest and squeeze the actual organ. So the pain is real. The question is, why would evolution build something this cruel? Why make losing someone hurt? Why evolution built it? To understand that, you have to do the math of an ancient life. For most of human history, you lived in a band of maybe 25 to 50 people. That was everyone. Everyone you'd ever love, trust, depend on, or be protected by. Now subtract 1. In your life today, losing one person is a hole in a world of billions. In their world, Losing one person might be losing the hunter who fed you, the grandmother who watched your baby so you could work, the partner whose body kept yours warm through a freezing night. There was no replacing them. No app, no new city, no plenty of fish. If a bond broke, a piece of your survival broke with it. So evolution did something ruthless and brilliant. It made the bond feel good, and it made losing it feel like dying. Your brain floods with oxytocin and dopamine when you're close to the people you love. It's a chemical reward that glues the group together, because groups that stuck together survived, and groups that scattered did not. But every reward system needs a punishment to match it. The same chemistry that makes love feel like warmth makes its absence feel like withdrawal, like an addict cut off from the only thing that ever soothed them. That's what heartbreak is, underneath. It's the alarm that kept our ancestors from wandering off alone into a world that killed lonely people. The ache is the leash, and the leash is the reason you're alive to feel it. But here's the part most people never hear. Grief didn't begin with us. Grief is older than humanity. Go to the savannah and watch an elephant herd find the bones of one of their own. They stop. They go silent. They reach out with their trunks and touch the skull, the tusks, turning them over gently, sometimes standing with the remains for hours. They return to the same bones year after year. Scientists who study elephants are careful with their words, but what they describe looks unmistakably like mourning. Primate mothers do something even harder to watch. When an infant dies, a chimpanzee or a monkey mother will sometimes carry the body for days, weeks in some cases, grooming it, refusing to let go long after there is anything left to save. Grief, it turns out, is ancient. It runs deeper than language, deeper than humanity. It's something the brain was already doing long before anyone could put it into words. But humans did add one thing. Something, as far as we know, no other animal on Earth does. We cry. Not the watery eyes that protect against onions or dust, true emotional tears shed from feeling. Researchers who study crying argue those tears evolved as a signal, a silent flare fired up into the group that says, I am breaking. I cannot do this alone. Come. Think about what that means. Heartbreak didn't just give our ancestors pain. It gave them a way to call for help without a single word. The tears were the message. And for 300,000 years, someone was always close enough to answer them. Which brings us, finally, to the question we started with. They felt all of this, the torn chest, the withdrawal, the tears. So what did they actually do? The answer is the most important difference between them and us. And it comes down to 3 things they never had to think about, and most of us have lost. First, they never grieved alone. When you lost someone in a band of 30, the band lost them too. The grief wasn't a private burden you carried to a quiet room and hid. It was a shared event. People sat with you. They wailed with you. Across nearly every culture anthropologists have ever studied, grief is loud and communal. Keening, lament, mourning songs sung together late into the night. Some researchers believe the very first songs humans ever sang may have been grief songs. Long before lullabies, before love songs, the sound of a group crying in rhythm so that no one had to cry by themselves. The fire that gave us stories also gave us a place to fall apart. Second, they held on instead of letting go. They buried their dead, deliberately, with care. And they buried them with things, tools, ornaments, food, flowers in some debated cases, gifts that only make sense if the people doing the burying believed or hoped that the bond did not end at death. Near Mantua, in Italy, archaeologists uncovered 2 skeletons from around 6,000 years ago. 2 young people laid face to face, arms wrapped around each other, foreheads nearly touching. We will never know their story, but we know this. Someone arranged them to hold each other forever. Someone decided that even in death, they should not be apart. That is heartbreak turned into ritual. Grief given a shape, a place, a ceremony, instead of being swallowed in silence. Third, they touched. When someone in the band was suffering, the others didn't send a message. They came close. They held. They groomed. They pressed skin against skin. And this wasn't just comfort, it was chemistry. Physical touch releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone, and oxytocin physically dampens that pain circuit in the brain. The held body literally hurts less. So picture their answer to heartbreak fully. Surrounded, not alone. Sung to, not silenced. Held, not handled. The pain was just as real as yours, but it was caught by 30 people who would not let one of their own fall through it. Now, look at how we do it. Today, you carry the exact same nervous system, the same torn chest ache, the same tears designed to summon a crowd. But the crowd is gone. We grieve in apartments, alone. We lose someone, and we're expected back at work in 3 days. We're told to stay strong, to give it time, to process it privately so we don't make anyone uncomfortable. The morning songs are gone. The fire is gone. The 30 faces are gone. And so we do the one thing no ancestor of yours ever had to do. We fire that 300,000-year-old distress flare straight up into an empty sky. The tears go out, and nobody comes. This is the cruel trick of modern heartbreak. The pain hasn't changed. Your brain still routes it through the same circuit, still squeezes the same heart, still cries the same ancient tears. What changed is everything that used to catch it. We kept the alarm and dismantled the rescue. We took the most communal experience a human can have, losing a piece of your world, and we made it the loneliest. And then we wondered why it takes us so long to heal. It's not taking you too long. You're just doing alone what was never, ever meant to be done alone. So the next time it comes, the 2 a.m. ache, the empty chair, the tears you're embarrassed by, I want you to remember what you're actually feeling. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not taking too long. You are feeling a survival system that is older than cities, older than language, older than humanity itself. A system that hurts you on purpose. Because for 300,000 years, the people who felt that hurt stayed close to the ones who capable alive. Ones whose doctors didn't make it. Your heart isn't malfunctioning. It's doing the exact thing it when questions to do. It's telling you that you bond, that you let someone become part of your world, the world your ancestors did, the way that made us human in the first place. The pain is not the aspect of law. It's the receipt for it. For 300,000 years, losing someone you let go was the most dangerous thing that coped you. And some ancient faithful part of you still knows it. So it grieves, the older words about every converse. It just doesn't describe anymore that the four browned, and that this time, you're sitting beside it, alone.